Welcome to the Utah Football Fans Podcast. Please like, subscribe, and share. And as always, go Utes. If you want to place some bets right now, hey, if you want to bet on the game, it's that time of year, and the NBA is back, which is great. From opening tip-off to buzzer beaters, BetOnline has you covered with the best odds, biggest promotions, and live in-game betting on all your favorite teams. This season, every game matters. BetOnline has every stat, matchup breakdown, and live odds to bet on during the game. It's not just the NBA. BetOnline has odds on everything from football, NHL, to political props. Election day is tomorrow. Go out and vote. Head to the website today to get in on the action with America's most trusted site for online wagering. BetOnline, the game starts here.
Okay.
God.
I'm going to throw out some info. Tell me what you think. I know everybody, not everybody. Well, people are selling tickets because they think there's no hope, as that we're playing some sort of freaking unbeatable team.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
No, that's not true. Let me just throw out some information.
Do with it what you will.
What you will, okay?
I got you.
Put on my eyes. You can take it for what it's worth. Start on the defense. So total defense. Thanks, Lonnie. You're the best every week, man.
Lonnie.
For the record, in the Big 12, total yards, Utah is number 1 per game.
That's insane.
What?
BYU is 6th in the league. Total yards.
Total yards per game?
Per game. Utah's number 1.
No, that can't be right. Are you reading the right year?
Okay.
It was that last year.
No, it wasn't last year.
It wasn't last year either. How's that possible?
So let's go to this.
Somebody
fact
check Gary on that.
Fact check me. Passing yards per game. Utah is number 2. Iowa State is 1. BYU is 1, 2.
You've got it backwards.
4.
There's no way that's right.
Is the list inverted? And so we're actually at the bottom.
Hey, you dumbass. I'm telling you right now. Would you just listen to me?
It doesn't make any sense.
That's Utah's D. And then we go to rushing. This is a disappointment this year because it's not as good as it's been in the past, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're 6th. Just barely, but we're 6th. And BYU's 8. Okay. Points per game. Utah is 2nd behind Iowa State, allowing 16.5 a game. BYU is 3rd, averaging almost 20 points a game. So, defensively, Utah's at the top. BYU's not far behind, but they're D.
Wait. These are all defensive stats
These
that
are
you're talking
defense.
about?
I'll get to the
You
offense.
didn't clarify that.
These are defensive. I did too. I said defensive stats.
No,
he
he
didn't.
didn't. You just
I
said,
thought you were talking offensively, and I'm
Yeah,
going,
you
what?
said-
I'm looking it up going, you're out of your mind.
No, you did not say
It didn't
defensive.
status.
It doesn't matter.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well now it's like now
Start
I'm
over.
confused.
Okay. Defensively, yes. Okay.
So
Okay.
yards allowed were
Number 1.
number 1.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm on.
Rushing
Fine. On board.
points were number 2. Rushing were
Okay.
like 5 or 6.
That all makes
passing.
way more sense.
Of course, I say it was defense.
No,
what the
you
freak?
Didn't.
You guys are nuts.
Did anybody hear him? There's 72 people sitting here listening to you. Did
I said defense.
Did anybody
He
hear
did
him say
not. He just said anyways.
defense? Here's
Okay.
stats. Utah throws the ball like crazy.
I didn't say that.
All I heard was Utah's leading the Big 12, and I thought, what
In
on
defense.
earth is he
I
talking
said
about?
in
You
defense.
Continue. We're on the same page now.
Feel better, Bryn?
It's 2 against 1.
Feel better now?
No, it is so hot in here tonight.
Would you like
It's everyone always gets mad at me for being like,
No,
is this
it's
a
like
Red Bull in here?
the heat is just like blasting. See, they didn't hear you say defense either. Okay, go ahead. Keep going. Make your
Well, I
point.
said top defense, so I guess.
Okay.
Bottom line. So there's those stats, but then here's one of the keys of the game. And this is what's actually been really a positive for BYU and not for us. And this is going to matter in this game.
I'm going to
is that BYU leads the league in interceptions. They have 14.
Turnovers. Yep.
Utah, I think, has like 8 interceptions.
It's so depressing.
Plus, I can't remember how many fumbles they've caused and recovered, but I don't know, it's like 8 or 9. I think Utah's maybe done 2.
Yeah, they create turnovers.
So that's the defensively. Yeah, we got all these stats, which are very positive, but we have not done the turnover thing. BYU's defense on numbers and stuff has been good, but they've had turnovers, and it's given them victory. That's how they beat K-State and some other games. It matters. And so if Utah goes out and plays a clean game, that's a benefit to us, obviously. Or if we win the turnover margin, but if we turn it over to them,
oh, we're screwed.
That's what they've capitalized on a ton.
Did you hear somebody did ask Witt today in his press conference about how we're not playing as physical as we usually do?
I believe that completely.
And he didn't really give an answer as to why. He said he's noticed it as well. But turnovers in the past, a Utah defense, we're so good at creating turnovers. We haven't been able to do it this year. We haven't been sacking people. We haven't.
I think 3 of those interceptions came against Utah State. Wasn't it 2 or 3 came against? Yeah. So it's in the games where it really matters.
You can break it down a lot, but I'm just saying, defensively, we're still at the top of the league all over the place, except for turnovers, and that's huge. So that's a factor. That's going to be a factor in this game. All I'm saying, but defensively, we're stellar. Ahead of the zoo.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, so now we go to offense. And you would think that the Zoobs are just freaking because they're undefeated. They're this unstoppable offense and leading the league. And this is what's interesting to me is yards per game. I mean, I don't even know what that is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9th in the league in yards per game. Of course, Utah is 2 from the bottom. So, I mean, that's clear, but that's their offense. But here's the other interesting thing. I'm throwing all this stuff out to make a point. So, passing. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. BYU is 8 in passing. Utah looks like they're 10. BYU averages 241 yards a game passing. Utah 225. Only a 20-yard difference.
I mean, the big thing, if you watch the games, I've watched some of their games, not all of them. They don't blow you away by any means, right? They've been in tight games. They've come out on top in games where it was close and opportunistic. And their defense is good. They're not great, but they're good. And that's been the biggest thing. I'm with you. I'm listening to people going, it's going to be a blowout. Utah's got no shot. With the defense Utah has, this is not a high-powered offense that BYU's bringing to the table. They don't throw the ball all over. They've done a good job protecting the ball, and they've been opportunistic in turnovers. You limit that, but our offense is going to have to do something. You can't put up 10 points and expect to win this one.
So they average 168 yards a game rushing. Utah averages 150. Now, the biggest, and this is where props to the Zoo for what they've been able to do, but they average 35 points a game, where Utah's at the bottom at 22 a game. Mm-hmm. That's the difference, is where Utah all along has got into the red zone and totally choked. And so they score, we don't. Now, here's the interesting thing, is BYU does not have a top 25 running back. You can check it.
Which is kind of crazy.
In the Big 12, their leading rusher
is their quarterback.
What's his name?
Retzlaff.
Uh-huh. So when you come right down to it in this game, it's their QB and the turnovers have been the key to BYU's success.
Well,
and the guy being able to run the ball and make the passes, but they don't have like this number one receiver. at all. They don't have a number one back. It's the quarterback makes everything work.
But it's efficiency. Like, he's not flashy. It's not Cam Ward back there. He's efficient. He's taking care of the ball better than I think anybody expected him to, right? He's done exactly what he needed to do to get to this point. And then you're right. Running the ball, he's been surprising. That's going to be so big.
Can't let him do it.
Barton, I am pleading with you. There's going to be in this game 2 or 3 times where it's 3rd and 8, he's scrambling, and it's going to be, can you get him on the ground and make it a 4th and 4? Or does he get the first down and extend the drive? I mean, it's going to come down to that. It came down to that 2 or 3 times against Houston, and we couldn't freaking do it, right? This team's not unbeatable by any means, by any stretch. They've won every game. Congratulations. They've done way better than anybody's expected them to do, okay? Jay Hill, great job. Kalani, great job. All of that. But I'm with you. I don't think that this is not, holy cow, we're freaking playing Tennessee,
Oregon,
or Ohio State. And
sorry,
it's just, we're not. I watched those teams over the weekend, just like you guys did. And I'm going, no, it's different. This is on a high powered. They rely on their defense. They've got a middle of the tier offense. Seriously, that's what it is. They're 8th in the league in offense. So, okay.
The other thing I was going to just say is I looked at the QBR of quarterbacks, and which I found this to be very interesting. The top quarterbacks QBR, we've defined it a million times. I'm not going to define it, but it's the sum total of everything.
Right.
It's just not passing. It's what goes on the field and everything. And the top QBs are in the nation are right around 99 QBR,
okay.
98 QBR, and then right down 80s into 70s. If you're in the 70s, you're average, decent. Retzlaff is 69. He has a 69 QBR. His passing percentage is 60%. That's just marginal decent. The problem is, and here is the difference, the turnovers, and Isaac Wilson's QBR is 36.
Right. Yeah. Oh, that's it.
Okay, so here's in a nutshell why one season is what they are and where we're at is we have a QBR that's a quarterback with a QBR of 36.
Sub 40 QBR.
We can't score. There's all these issues. I'm not putting the guy under the bus, but it's reality.
Yeah, you're right.
And you have this dude who's making plays when it has to happen, and thus here we are.
Yeah. There's not this huge gap in anything on this.
Freaking no, man. If somehow
at all
they're a 5-point favorite last I looked. If somehow a D can play solid, not let the guy run on us, make him throw, make him run it normally, and somehow, some way, our offense can move the ball and score some points, it's
decent.
This guy can be beat. I'm sorry.
Decent.
Come on at us.
Can you say that?
Can we say
Can
that?
we
to all
say that
Zoobs
on the
out there,
Utah
the
Football
freaking
Fan
Zoobs?
podcast?
Yeah,
I mean,
there you go. I don't know. You just look at this stuff, and I'm going, yeah, they're not the top of the league at any of this stuff offensively. Points, which is where it's at.
And look, great. That's great. Okay. You've won the games. It's about winning the games. There's no moral victories in this, as much as this particular fan base wants to have moral victories for the last 25 years. There's no such thing as moral victories. Okay. They've won their games. They've shocked me a bunch of times. That's great. But exactly that. This is not David versus Goliath. This is two teams that are, in a lot of ways, are very similar. Okay. You're exactly right. It's going to come down to Utah's defense, limiting that offense. And can we do something? We've had two whole weeks, bye week, new offensive coordinator. We have no idea who's playing quarterback for us. There's so many question marks, X factors. Money Parks is that there's so many things, but it's going to come down to, can we control some clock? Can we run the ball and just do basic things in the pass game?
Pass and
if
score.
If that's the case, hey, man, it's going to be a low-scoring game. It's going to be cold. It's going to be here, low-scoring game. Anything is possible in this freaking rivalry. Everybody knows that.
Well, that was a comment, I think, from Parker in the chat that stats mean nothing in a rivalry game.
No, they don't.
Which it is true. It's like, I feel it's important to go over those things, but in reality, all that stuff, weird stuff happens. We all know it.
Yeah.
Is it TCU? What their quarterback was their leading rusher also? We played.
Nah, I don't.
Was it TCU or was it one of the games that we've played over the last few weeks? It was the same where
Probably
their
I don't know. It
quarterback
seems
was
to me
the
their Houston
same-
QB is. He runs it all the
Was
time.
it the Houston guy? I can't remember. It was one of those. And defensively, we have done decently the last few games against.
Yeah, I mean
that.
they played good. Have they been superior? No, but they've been good enough to win.
Now we're both coming off of bye weeks. They had a bye week also. However, where our edge is in our bye week, there's going to be a lot of changes made, hopefully, where we can come out with some stuff that's maybe going to be unexpected. They're not going to change anything about what they've been doing.
A-Rod always comes up some weird play.
I will say,
yeah, but we have a whole new coordinator. I'm hoping he had some time over the last 2 weeks to start to get his own stuff going. He's not going to change everything.
No, it's
but they don't know what quarterback we're going to play.
It doesn't matter. They're very similar. Just don't throw a pick.
You can't be you can't be throwing picks and fumbles. That's
it.
You don't throw picks, don't fumble the ball, and when you rush the QB, don't screw up on your angle so he runs and goes for 30 yards.
Here, can I just say this? Of all the things,
defense.
Exactly that.
Interesting.
You want to do it?
15.
20-17.
No, I don't want to.
2017.
You're a hack. I'll give it to you.
Want to.
It's going to be 31-28 for
you.
Utah.
Think we're scoring 31 points?
Absolutely. I saw freaking Oklahoma State move the ball on him.
If we score 31
we can't
points,
score 40 points in a game, Gary. You think all of a sudden we're going to score 31?
Absolutely, baby.
We don't have 31 points in the last 9 games combined. I don't think
it's going to happen.
We can't even get to the end zone. You think we're going to get to 31 points?
We have 3 pick sixes. Is that?
Yeah. Is it the defense scoring all of those?
You know what? The defense might have. They could have to score.
Hey, you don't want to like it? That's up to you. That's where I'm coming from, man. I'm calm. I'm good.
Talk about.
I'm calm. I'm good.
I hope he's right, everybody.
Delusion.
Utah, I know. I even know the Zoobs that are watching and the Zoobs that are going to watch later and the Zoobs that are going to trash us and say,
then afterwards, that worked out well.
All this crap. And even Ute fans, and this is what aggravates me, is when they're trashing their own team, Utah still has a lot of talent.
Oh, Utah's got talent everywhere.
Got talent. It's just talent. It's one of these weird freaking years. And like Witt said, was it Witt today?
Not a lot.
The most important player on the field, and we've said it, everybody says it because it's not even close. It's the quarterback. It's the quarterback that makes it go. That's why the Zoobs have won their games, because their dude has made plays when it needs to happen. He's efficient. He's playing good ball. If we had him, if he had our QB was playing what he's doing, we'd be undefeated. That's the point. It comes down to the QB, but Utah has talent.
God. And you think that suddenly our quarterback's going to score 31 points?
We're going to do
Bernard's going to go. I could see Bernard going off. Ollie Gordon was having one of the worst years I've ever seen of a running back, and he exploded.
Zoobs think?
I know he had his best game of the year against.
And so I can see something like that where Bernard has 190 yards and 2 scores. Something like that wouldn't surprise me.
I'm going with it.
Okay.
I'm going with it.